the trading competition is a great way to learn. Yeah, for sure. So I've been in the industry nearly 20 years. So running a brokerage is quite a complex thing.
Different destination in this market where you are?
I have 3 offices in Africa.
Hi Nick, how are you?
Hi Alina.
Everything?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for finding time for us, here.
No worries.
How's the exhibition for you?
Yeah, very good, very good. I think there's a lot of interest around the trading competition, the Guinness World Records. Certainly a lot of people who are interested in trying to win that competition, naturally.
Yeah.
The brokers here that are exhibiting, I think have all got good booths. It's been a good buzz about the place. And I think there's a lot of people that have come in from overseas as well to attend the event. So yeah, it's been a good event, really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. Actually, I wanted to ask you, how you think it's important for brokers, traders come to this type of events for the companies?
Yeah, I think it's always important to compare and see what's out there. I think there's a lot of different offerings in terms of various regulations, brokers offering different things, and to get a good idea of what's important. And I think to come to the event and listen to educators, listen to the speeches to get a better idea of the market. I think especially at this time when the market's moving quite a lot, there's a lot of volatility around the Trump tariffs and things are changing every day. So it's a really important time in the markets at the moment. So I think just to get that education and come and listen to brokers, see what's out there. And I think, yeah, the trading world, the amount of traders joining the trading world is, and the amount of people investing, because it's in mainstream news all the time, it's always growing. So, and I think traders need to get that education. I think the trading competition is a great way to learn and come in and test yourself against other traders. So I think coming in and listening to the analysis from some of the educators is really important, and then testing against other traders and being in the trading environment really gives people a better grasp of the markets, better understanding, and then hearing from different brokers in terms of the products that they're offering and what's important and what should be important to a trader as they're choosing their broker.
Yeah, true. Also, I think it's a nice inspiration, for some of the companies and people to come and see already successful companies here, to hear some speeches from the speakers. So it's nice.
For sure.
For inspiration also. You are the founder of your own company, Taurex. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, for sure. So I've been in the industry nearly 20 years, so show my age a little bit.
Wow.
So I've worked for, when I started my career, I worked for some of the biggest broker in the industry, and I moved overseas, various countries working with that broker, and always been involved with the markets, and I got a lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding of what's important when running a brokerage. And running a brokerage is quite a complex thing. There's a lot of nuances to it, a lot of different departments. You've got the compliance side, which is really important. You're looking after people's investments, meaning safeguarding client money. You need good customer support and education to educate your traders. And I think, from the experience that I got working at other brokers, really wanted to come in and open a brokerage with a vision where, safety and transparency is very, very important, but also be very new age and modern. So we're investing quite a lot into technology. 70% of the marketplace is on one platform. That is changing all the time. I think there's more platforms and more technology coming into the trading world. We've developed our own technology, meaning a mobile trading app, and we're building a web trading app, a web trading platform as well. And that is very focused on the end user and on the trader, meaning the user interface and the user experience is all going to be geared towards what traders' needs are. And working in this industry for so long, I think I've got a pretty good idea. I started out as a trader. My first year of when I was working, I started on Wall Street, worked as a trader for 1 year on Wall Street, and then I joined a brokerage after that 1 year. So working on the broker side, and that was speaking to traders every day. So I think that element of speaking to traders every day over a 20-year career, obviously I don't get that end user impact now because I have a team of 200 staff globally. So I don't get to talk to traders every day, but coming to these events is quite important for me as well, because I get to speak to partners, get to speak to the end trader, and really understand what their needs are. And I think, building the brokerage got a really good understanding. We're a very global team, and I think we're focused in the right areas, and the technology that we are building is really focused on the end user. So that was a major vision, I think, in terms of starting Taurex. We're growing extremely quick, and we have teams in 13 different countries. And
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's certainly a lot to manage, but while there are local nuances for traders in local regions, I've traveled a lot with our business as well. A trader in the Middle East is not the same as a trader in Asia or Latin America. So it's always playing that battle as well, is building products that are for a local audience and having a localized approach. So we only see today, in terms of the Middle East and maybe some other countries that are, people coming in from India and Pakistan and regions that are quite close. But yeah, I think, just the experience that I've gained, it's really building the whole ecosystem around building a brand, the Taurex brand, which embodies certain values, trust, transparency, integrity, the modern look and feel of the brand. And that's the direction that we're going. We're still, in relative terms, we're still fairly new, but we've grown. We're probably, one of, if not the fastest growing brokerage, 5 years. But again, the business is very well backed. And I've been in this industry, and the team has been in this industry a long time. So we're quite stacked in terms of the knowledge base of our team in global offices as well.
Yeah, it's true. But for now, can you tell, for example, why people need to choose your company? Why your clients need to choose your company?
Yeah, so it's a good question, and I think just everything that I've explained in terms of how we're building the company. Number one is the regulation of our business. So we're in 4 jurisdictions in terms of regulation, and we're applying for more regulation locally. So we have FCA regulation in the UK, which is where I started the company, which is the strongest, one of the top tier regulators. We have a regulation here in Dubai through ESCA. We have regulation, our offshore regulation is Seychelles, and then we're also regulated in Africa, and we're looking at regulation in South America. So I think regulation, first and foremost, is very, very important, because you need to know that the company that you're dealing with is, takes regulation seriously, that they take care of the client money, that they're treating customers fairly, that the product and the execution and the pricing is fair, and that is a good level of service that you're providing for your customers. I think secondly, our pricing in general, we have a lot of liquidity providers, which is the marketplace really. So we aggregate that liquidity, meaning that our pricing is very, very competitive, which brings the more liquidity that you have, the spreads tend to come down and be really competitive, but also the liquidity behind that pricing is very important. So I think, a combination of the execution and the spreads that we offer, or the cost of trading. The mobile app that we're building, that is ever evolving. I think the look and feel, and like I said, the user interface is very geared at new traders. So I believe that the products that we're building makes life more simple for investors and traders. And along those same lines, we offer a lot of education. So we have an education portal, which is, we own it. It's Taurex portal. And our clients can log in and see, analysis, FCA regulated signals. There's technical analysis, which is, almost a signal provider as well. Gives a lot of insight into what's going on in the market. So for a beginner coming in, or even an experienced trader, that education piece is really important. I know everybody talks about it, but I think it's also the way you run as a company as well, the level of knowledge that you have in the business with your staff members. We try and pass that on to the customer service team, and so I think in terms of our outfit, we're very focused on the customer, we're very professional, very secure. All the important things that traders should look for. And I think in terms of our brand, it's we're very proud of the brand and the way it looks. I think we are coming in with a fresh, modern look, and the technology is following that path as well. I think we're focused in all the right areas as a broker, and I believe that there's numerous reasons why a trader should come and trade with us, because for all the reasons that are listed.
Yeah, it is, I think also. You mentioned that you're opening a mobile app, right? Can you tell us about from what it starts? What's this idea behind?
Yeah, so the market has been dominated by one platform for a long time, and I think in terms of, everybody knows that's MetaTrader, MetaQuotes, and we offer that the MT4 and MT5 platforms to our customers, and it's a necessity to offer that platform. Around 70%, I think it's around 70% of the market is is still on MetaTrader. But we believe that there's a real opportunity to have a fresh, modern approach to technology, and it's not just about having a robust system, which is very important with the trading back end and the margin engine, the pricing engine, everything on the trading back end. But if you're focused on the customer, it has to be very focused on the front end technology and the user interface. And our user interface, it's ever evolving. The way that we've built the app is with simplicity in mind. So it makes it very intuitive for a new trader to come in and understand what's going on and be able to look at the app and figure it out quite quickly and be able to buy and sell whatever it is whatever market is they're looking at. We've got 1,500 assets on our platform, over 1,500 assets. So if they're coming in for maybe FX or metals or crypto or stocks or whatever it might be, because we offer the whole host, that they can find those assets quite quickly and be able to get into the market quite quickly. We have big plans for the future because it's, the app is always evolving for us. The future of the app, we have a roadmap, as a team we've sat down and we know the direction. We're going to be very focused on AI and looking at the way that AI can really help traders. It's not only about us as a company because we use data in terms of our risk management and everything else. AI is going to be important in that respect to take care of us as a broker and make sure our systems are robust. But more so on the front end side for a trader, the education side and things that can help a trader, AI and understanding data of what's happening in the market, why things are moving so crazy up and down, as is right now with the Trump tariffs, etc. For a new user or even an experienced user to come in and be able to look at our app and really get a good gauge of the market. And the things that we're building, I believe they're not out there in the market. Others may be looking in that area, but we have a really strong plan of the direction of the app helping traders. We're also looking at ways to combine the digital asset world and the TradFi world, so DeFi and TradFi, so the traditional markets, which is what we offer, all the traditional markets, and combining that with crypto and combining the two together and merging the two together. And we believe that's the future as well. So I think the fact that we've got our own technology and we're focused on front end is, it's going to be a big part of our future of where we're going as a company. Right now we're competitive, very competitive in terms of what we offer in comparison to other brokers, but our vision is to offer and have a different experience to what's out there in the market. And that's not where we are today, but that's where we're going. We know exactly where we're going, and that takes time. And that's why we built our own mobile app. Everything's mobile, right? Yeah. People want to trade on the go. We want to make that experience to trade on the go as easy as possible. And for our app to be the app, the choice of the trading apps of the future. And we believe we're going in the right direction with that. So that's the main reason why.
Yeah, so many companies doing now their mobile apps, also not just in this type of sphere, So I think it's really nice direction.
Yeah, and thank you.
You are so professional and you have so big experience. But can you say about the current destination in this market where you are?
So the destination in terms of where we're going, or the regions, or
in general, in the world.
Yeah. So in terms of location, regions where we focus, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, we're already in all our target markets of where we want to focus. So since the outset of our business, and rewinding back to my prior experience, I've always been heavily involved in very heavily regulated, mature markets. So in my career, I started in the US, so worked in New York for FXCM, one of the largest, at the time, the largest broker in the world. Mm-hmm. And then I moved to Australia, which was regulation from ASIC, then the UK, FCA. So US is NFA, so 3 of the most highly regulated jurisdictions. So that's why regulation, I understand it's key, but also the regulators in those locations in our industry have become more and more stringent, almost kind of killing the business a little bit because it's become harder and harder, more difficult to operate. We still operate in the UK, mainly on an institutional level, so we price other brokers and we have an institutional offering. But from the outset of the business, our focus is emerging markets. So we have presence in Asia, so we have Southeast Asia and the large parts of Asia. We're set up here in MENA, so we focus on multiple GCC countries. We have offices in South America. So I've got Mexico and Colombia as offices there. I have 3 offices in Africa. So we're focused in some of the most emerging markets. We're in Cameroon, Tanzania. We're regulated in Sierra Leone, which is the first ever regulation by the central bank in Sierra Leone. So we've got presence in Africa. And so, yeah, I think that's very much emerging markets focused. And that's where I believe the future is of the industry. And I think regulation will continue to increase in some of these emerging markets, and we'll be at the forefront of that because we already have presence there. We have 13 offices globally, as I said, and we have sales and marketing centres in all of those key locations for us. So in terms of destination, I think we're already present, but the real exciting ones for me are South America and Africa. Africa, there are a lot of logistical challenges operationally. Payments and other items that are pretty difficult and challenging logistically. And Southeast Asia, just look at the population in all those emerging markets. And I think here in the GCC, Dubai is a very key strategic location for us. What we find here is that we don't go after the end user as much, but there's a lot of business owners here and a lot of decision makers. So we are able to create partnerships in other parts of the world with stakeholders that are based in Dubai, and I think Dubai is really, an amazing international hub for that. We don't really focus on B2C and the end user here, but we have a lot of partnerships, and we are regulated here, of course, as I said. But yeah, I think emerging markets is where it's at. We don't really focus that much in the EU at all, in the European Union. So yeah, I think to answer your question, all those emerging markets, and I feel we're already suited and in a good place to really target those key regions.
Yeah, as you mentioned, and as I understand, you have a huge team. So how do you motivate your team? What's the secret?
Yes, I mean it's I'm lucky to have an amazing team. So it's I think it's to motivate the team. I think communication from the top is always very important. Mm-hmm. I think it's sending a clear message on what the strategy is, and I think it's to motivate staff. I think you've obviously got to incentivize and make sure that you've got the right piece of the puzzle in terms of the benefits and all that, and in terms of having a good working environment. Mm-hmm. I think a really good working environment, a working culture is very, very important. That's where I focused a lot, because I believe people are the most important asset of a business, and I am very fortunate and lucky to have an amazing team around me. But also, I believe we've got a really dynamic environment, and we're very fast moving. Sometimes it's a lot of work for us all. We've expanded to all these countries, and we're up to 200 employees in 5 years of operation. That's a lot of growth, right? It's a crazy amount of growth. But it's an exciting ride, and I think the motivation is just people see their impact on a daily basis, and they know the ambition of the company is huge. We want to get to be in the top 5 brokerages, as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where the motivation is. It's a good working environment. It's dynamic. People know where we're heading to. Our staff know where they're heading to. And I'm fortunate enough to travel around a lot of the offices. I travel quite a lot to see our team members. And I think that's important as well. So they get to see the founder and CEO. And for me to sit with, I try to sit with everyone individually at times when I go to the offices. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's just giving them that attention as well. So yeah, I think the dynamic environment that we have and the way that we care about our staff gives them motivation, and they want to do well for the company.
Yeah, that's nice. And Nick, last question for today. How is your company Taurex company approach AI system?
Yeah, it's a great question, because everyone's looking at AI, right? It's so interesting, and it's not only our industry, but all industries. So we're already using AI in our business, just on a day-to-day basis, in terms of speeding up processes, speeding up systems. I think in the trading industry, AI is very, very interesting because it is a data-based industry, right? We can look at previous pricing in all the different asset classes, what happened yesterday, the way the markets were moving, and the amount of volume that went through at certain prices, and analysing, okay, if there was this amount of pullback or down market, bear market in 2008, what did history say, and so analysing data and the smarter that machine learning becomes and AI becomes, I think it's going to benefit both the trader, the end user, and the brokerage. From our perspective, in terms of understanding our traders, so we can risk manage our business a lot more. In terms of how we in terms of our trading volume, how we absorb that trading volume, and working with liquidity providers to make sure that we've got the best pricing that's available, and analysing the liquidity providers and the pricing that they're sending to us in terms of the marketplace. But I think more importantly, from a trader standpoint, that the traders, I think, expert advisors, which is algorithms that even retail traders can get access to. These expert advisors and algorithmic trading strategies will just get more and more sophisticated, which is, I think that can maybe potentially change in our industry. It's a lot about, from a trader's perspective, it's a lot about their mentality when they're trading, the emotions of the market, and not getting, not over trading, and not trading against the market and not following the trend. And there's a lot of this emotional aspect, and I think as machine learning improves, it will take away that emotional aspect and sophisticate, because it's becoming more algorithmic. Traders are more likely to have an opportunity to make more money, essentially, right? To be more profitable in the market, because these machines, the level that they can get to in terms of the level of sophistication and the profitability of those strategies. I mean, I think that from both sides, it's, because the machines will get better at learning the data. And as I said, from our side, where I believe for us in the near future, within our technology of how we're building AI and how we want to integrate AI into our technology, is that we want to be able to give traders information that can help them in the market. So I don't want to, because what we're doing in terms of strategically, we've not launched it yet, but we're building it at the moment. And what we're building essentially is to help the end user. So, we're looking at AI. We use it, as I said, on a daily basis, just in terms of systems and processes of the workflow of our organization and different departments and whatnot. But I think more importantly, on the trader's side, I think it can increase the level of sophistication, the level of profitability, and give traders a better understanding of how to navigate the markets. There's educators that are out there, there's seminars, there's webinars, but I think AI will really tighten that up and make life a lot more the markets a lot more understandable for the end user and for the trader.
Yeah, it is. So, Nick, we would like to talk with you more and more hours, and especially we know that you have so many to tell us about. But we hope to make a new exhibition soon, and we hope to see you in this exhibition. And thank you for your time. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.